Hello all, welcome back to part 8 of Formicid Earth Elementalist. We're here with Ultraviolent 4, and we are struggling along with this character, with Formicid without a shield. Although that's not quite fair, because this character's going okay. We picked up our first rune last episode, the Decaying Rune of Zot, and this time we're going to be heading into Spider to see if we can get a second rune. We're training just a little bit more transmutation and earth magic for statue form, and then we're going to keep focusing mostly on our defenses, fighting armor dodging. Thinking we started enchanting. Oh, we can wait. But we started enchanting this rapier up. I think it might make it worth it to train short blades to 14 so that we have a min delay on that. But it's okay. There's no particular hurry for that. Most of the enemies in the spider's nest are going to be vulnerable to poison, so our +2 dagger venom should be very powerful there. Just before we go, I want to answer a question that a couple of different people have asked me, and that's, why aren't you petrifying things and then using LRD on them? And if you didn't know you could do that, now you do. Two reasons. The first is that when you petrify a monster, it gets additional damage reduction. So in practice, it's actually quite an inefficient way to try to do damage to enemies, because you would think that using LRD on a monster that's petrified would do huge amounts of damage, but it actually doesn't. It's pretty weak. And the second, and perhaps more important reason, is that LRD is extremely loud. So if we don't have to use it, I'd really rather not, because it's going to wake all the monsters on the floor up, and then we're going to have no chance at, first of all, trying to stab them, but also just trying to pull them one at a time, so we're not getting overwhelmed. Alright, that's the reason. Let's go into Spider. We want to put on our rat skin cloak. The R poison in Spider's Nest is much more important than the Scarf of Resistance. And while we can get our poison in a couple of other ways, statue form's one. We also have a Staff of Poison that we could wield if we really want to. Been carrying that around for a very long time. But I would rather just have it at all times, just in case. We've got our elect, that's cool. Okay, and the other thing to note, one last thing before we go in, we've got the spell Poisonous Vapors, which lets us have a smite targeted poison spell, so that should be really good on spiders. Like these guys, the Tarantellas, who are not, that one, not able to confuse us because we have clarity. ZA, okay. We should have a pretty good time here in Spider's Nest. I say as we immediately start getting beset by enemies. We'll just Passwall out. We'll chill and then we'll... Oh, here they come. That works. So the reason that we should have a decent time in Spider's Nest is that, first of all our poison things that we have. Also because there are lots of rock walls like this, so we should most of the time, if need be able to set up kill holes. We've got clarity for Tarantellas. We have innate see invisible for any ghost moths. We have Aralek for any spark wasps, and then not much for entropy weavers, although roughly 40% chance to petrify them. Let's see if we can somehow Passwall up on top of him. It doesn't look like it, although... Okay, so is this a 1 or 2 tile wall? If it's a 2 tile wall, we can end up right next to him. If it's 1, we'd have to get 1 additional tile before he got a chance to react. Let's try. It was 2. Okay, that was sick. That's a really good Passwall. Yeah, so that's how we deal with entropy weavers. We did have a resist corrosion ring, so but in practice they don't tend to do too much because you only resist the corrosion half the time, so they can still go super crazy and corrode you a lot. Demonic crawlers have really high MR. They're also resistant to electricity and poison. This is a good enemy with high MR that Dazzling Spray works against. So we can try to blind it like that. Whereas if we did Petrify, you see it's only 11% chance to succeed. Whereas we got Dazzling Spray off in 2 goes. So now when it's blinded, we get stabs off. Pretty good. That's probably how we'll deal with Empress Scorpions as well. And this is several packs on all sorts of directions. I meant to do Poison Vapors, not Petrify. I was thinking I could show you the LRD on it there, but then that would be so loud. The Orb Spiders are pretty easy with Poisonous Vapors as well. That really hurts. I wish we had a shield. Earth Magic to 14. How high are we going? To 20. Okay, that's right, because we're trying to get Shadow eventually. I remember now. Good. Try to spread the poison around. Ring of Stealth, we've already got one of those, don't we? Yeah. I don't know why I'm still even bothering to carry that. We can get rid of it. We've only got 1 ring slot, seeing as, I don't know how, but we somehow only ended up with 1 hand. Don't know what happened. Maybe the game was bugged or something. But yeah, we can't wear 2 rings. So I can't imagine a time where our 1 ring slot, we'd want it to be a Ring of Stealth. I'm being lazy with Auto Explore, but if you were a super optimal Formicid player, you would manually walk around and make sure you're standing next to the walls at all times, so that if you saw things, you just dig straight in. It kind of should be your default reaction anyway, when you're a Formicid. As in, you see an enemy, quickly get into the walls. Ooh, we're not gonna be able to get that guy. Not with a Passwall. Or can we? We're really not. Definitely not. Accidentally broke through. Alright, how are we going to deal with this guy? Maybe we'll get lucky with a Petrify. So let's put on our Arbalest of Optimality for the +7 int. That's going to boost our spell power. And we got the Demonic Crawler in front. Well, we may as well Dazzling Spray as he approaches. We might get lucky. No, we didn't. Okay, so I think we go for the LRDs here so that we immediately get Mice for Corrode. We can try to hit the Entropy Weaver. Yeah, this works. Yeah, that's a decent way to kill Entropy Weavers. It is a very good spell, LRD. Oh yes, stabs. If it went for the noise, I'd be using it a lot more. Cool, Spider 1. This is terrifying. If we XP Louise, she has a 29% chance to banish us. This might be the perfect time to just throw out an Apocalypse and try to kill all this stuff at once. What else has she got? Evening Star of Flaming. A large shield feels bad. And then we got a bunch of other things. I wonder... Oh, it'd be way too greedy to try to get around this corner and then passwall back out and get her. Surely something will wake up. I guess if something wakes up, then we can still apocalypse. Let's go for the max greed play. Ooh. She can't see us there, so this actually might work. The question is, will we kill Louise with a stab here? Almost 15 stealth. I guess if we don't, then we just apocalypse her. Alright, let's go. What is this entrance? She woke up. How did she wake up? Oh, I displaced her. Is that what happened? How did she wake up? We finished merging with the rock and she shouted. I can't remember what it looked like. I think I was hoping this tile was empty, but there's a rock there. Okay, so we're next to Louise now with a 30% chance to banish us and a million other spiders. We could also bail from this. Let's see, we've got Scrolls of Fear. But what we could do is we could power leap to try to get back to the stairs and just go up. But I want to go for the greed play. So we're going to apocalypse. Say, do something edgy here. Crawling in my skin. These wounds, they will not heal. Everything is dying. Louise is nearly dead. And she's slowed. So we could get unlucky here. She could just banish and kill us here. But what play do we have? We've got... Iron Shot would probably be the best play. No, it wouldn't. I think LRD would. Okay, here we go. Do we risk hitting ourselves? I think so, because we just want her to die. Okay, got her. That's fine. Alright, so that kind of worked. Now let's... I was going to dig down, but we're sensing monsters there too. So let's head up, make a kill hole, and then we can just fight them one at a time. Which should be no problem with our Venom Dagger. The Entropy Weaver though, 36, with Optimality it's 41% chance to Petrify. I think that's okay. Maybe. Yeah, okay, we've got him. Alright. That works. And everything else forgot us. Probably should just sort of chill around here and pull everything back to our kill hole here, because we made a lot of noise with Apocalypse, so a lot of things are going to be awake. We want to go... Oh, that's statue form. I wanted to do Dazzling Spray. It's that one. Okay, got him. Wow, okay. Oh, I guess we got a statue form stab. You get the bonus, you get additional damage off it, but we just one-shot stab killed that demonic crawler while it was blinded. That's pretty impressive. We want to poison vapors that guy, the orb spider, because you're not running them down at the best of times, but you're definitely not running them down if you're chasing after them as a slow statue. Poisonous Vapors is such a good spell in here. It's so crazy how good it is. We'll just go get our mana back before we fight this guy. But it's the same play. Dazzling Spray him and then we stab. We try. There we go. And again. Oh, I did the same thing. I keep thinking S is my spell for Dazzling Spray, but it's actually C. Okay, well, we're a slow statue, so we're not running back to any walls, but it's okay. Spiders can't do too much to us in statue form. Okay, our transmutation's got to 11, where it's now turned off. And statue form's at 8% chance to fail, but that's fine. First of all, if it really matters, we can put our Staff of Wizardry on. And then it's gonna drop even lower as we do more earth training. We'll just run to the corner. They haven't noticed us. Okay, they actually. We'll yell. We'll pull them up. Take them out one at a time. How about we LRD these guys? Just because they're going to be annoying shortly. Okay, this seems like we're dying, but we're not really. We've still got draw out power. And yeah, he should die. He's really not though. I mean, yeah, okay, he died. We still had the draw out power. Note that can get a bit sketchy if we get super poisoned and we lose access to our ability to quaff curing potions. So that's something to think about in the future. Say we're exhausted, so we don't have draw out power available. We can't get too poisoned. They just keep coming. This is kind of why I didn't want to make all that noise. We still haven't. We've probably fought most of the floor, and we still haven't really explored too far away from where we came downstairs. Yeah, now watch. This is going to be an empty floor. Yeah, it's like playing Cause. Oh, okay. We got a Ghost Moth and an Emperor Scorpion, both of which are next to walls. So possibly we might be able to get both of them with pass walls. Let's just see. Because we don't know if this is a wall tile or not, let's pass wall above so we don't displace that monster. Okay, good. Well, we got one of them anyway. Alright. Emperor Scorpion Stab, let's go. Let's quickly get out of view of that guy. How can we pass wall him here? We can't really. Because if I pass wall down now, we'll end up next to him. And this doesn't really help. Okay, never mind, he just didn't wake. That's pretty sick. Had some good pass wall stabs so far here in Spider. Can we continue? You sense a large body of water on the other side of the rock. Interesting. Ooh. An amulet? Let's try this tile. This rock feels extremely deep. Yeah. There we go. Got one. You notice some webbing strewn around the room and hear chittering noise in the background. Okay, you're meant to get that at the end of this vault, but we kind of ruined it by coming in at the end. Well, I did that amulet. It's faith. Faith does literally nothing for Rue. Well, when you're full piety, I think. Yeah. If you have one on when you worship, no, that's not true. That's monk. Trying to think. Maybe it makes Rue offer you sacrifices more quickly. Yeah, I think he does. But in any case, when you're at full Rue piety, faith does nothing. Shock, swiftness, static discharge, airstrike, lightning bolt. Swiftness is pretty good. I don't know, we don't really need it. It gives you a way to sort of sprint to stairs to get away from enemies, but we have power leap that kind of does a better job of that. Although there could be situations where we're exhausted, we can't power leap, and maybe swiftness would help. I don't know. I feel like we're going to be struggling for spell levels that I'm just not even going to bother. Yeah, we should probably get rid of Stone Arrow. That's this floor. Spider 3, let's go. I was hoping we could Passwall. So we want to do Petrify again. Come on, man. 44% chance. There we go. Got him. Okay, this is a cleared floor. I can show you what Petrified and then LRD does. See how little damage it does? It does barely anything. We can go again. See? It's such an inefficient use of mana to Petrify and then LRD enemies. And because I was doing that, he's now awake, but fortunately Rue blinded him. Are we gonna die for this nonsense? No, we're okay. Alright. Not punished. Nearly died for some education there. Well, I mean, didn't nearly die, but you know. That's what I put myself through. Okay, we've got enemies. We're sensing enemies over there. They look like, yeah, they're wandering around. So we're not going to get to Passwall those guys. Yeah. If you were really worried about them, the orb spiders, suppose you didn't have a arranged means of taking them out as we do, you just dig a kill hole and then you force them to come directly next to you. "20 potions of curing." That seems like a lot. This looks like it might be the end of the level. Okay, it's not. That's okay. That can be a good way to die. Thinking that you're able to dig and it turns out you're on the edge of the map so you can't. And then now you're surrounded by enemies. Spellcasting to 10, Earth Magic to 15. What did we set? I think 12 for spellcasting? Yep, so we'll keep going. We might need higher than that because we're going to need more spell levels again. Because at some point we're going to want deflect missiles, we're going to want shatter, And I probably also want silence and summon Mana Viper. I don't know. That's maybe too much. Okay, well the Emperor Scorpion's awake this time. It's another monster where... Oh, okay, I'm pleasantly surprised. We have a roughly 40% chance. And 44, okay, to petrify it. They have pretty good MR, but I was going to say, it's another monster where you can use Dazzling Spray on it. Because of its high MR. Just like this guy. They're blind. What are our gloves? We've got Dex +4, RC plus. I can't imagine that one of these magical pairs of gloves would be preferable to that. Let's poison these orb spiders in the back so that, well, I was hoping they would tick out, but they didn't yet. We'll test it anyway. It's just +2 gloves. Yeah. No, thank you. And we go again. Okay. I wanted to try to show you Dazzling Spray, so it took us a few goes, but there it is. So that works too. New book, Magic Dart and Core Imp. So, okay. This is the Book of Minor Magic. Okay, and on to Spider 4. Final floor. We got one stab. Live the dream. Okay, we'll take these guys back up. It's okay. These guys are all fairly weak. So we can just spread the poison around. I was thinking, because what we could do, if this were really dangerous, we could power leap out of this surround we've got, or we could just start digging. What's going on? We could start digging into the wall like this, so that we can force one at a time to fight us. Wow, there's one strong jumping spider. Ghost moth. Okay. The danger with the ghost moth is that has high MR, so it's another dazzling spray one, but it's gonna start stealing all your mana. So we happen to be able to fight it still because our Rapier of Elec will be effective, but you might not have that option. So I don't know. If you haven't sacrificed Invis, that's a really good way to fight Ghost Moss, because if they don't see Invis, and if they don't see you, they can't drain your mana. I'm gonna try to set up a Passwall here. You wanna come out? Well, it's gonna land us on the web. I don't know if the webs will wake them. So maybe we'll go come out here. Oh, okay, everyone's awake. Never mind. This is gonna be where the end vault is, so we're Xing that out. We'll do that bit last. Okay. I don't really want to be here. The demonic crawl is nearly dead. We'll see if we can just snipe it. and then password back out. Got it. Alright. We can't really password back out. Okay, we'll just dig back out. Never mind. The reason I don't want to password back out is because they're all 2-tile passwalls. So it will take effectively 3 turns to get through. 4 turns. 1 turn to cast it, and then you get 2 plus 1. So yeah, not great. Giving them 4 turns to attack us like that is not a winning recipe. Are we in the end room here? I feel like we are. I feel like we dug our way in to the end chamber, and I didn't want to do that yet. Ghost Moth. That was the wrong thing. I did statue form, which actually I've done it again. I keep doing S. Dazzling Spray. But this isn't bad. Well, okay, we blinded it, so it's fine. We get stabs. But even if we weren't lucky there to get the Dazzling Spray blind off, in statue form with the Rapier of Elec, we could just ant up and fight it. I love doing this by positioning such that the orbs of destruction blow up spiders. Can we go again? No. You sense an overwhelming volume of rock. That's not fair. Okay. Well, our digging woke him up, so did not work. Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Not bad. And then we can password back again. PogChamp, that's sick. I don't know. I still am not quite over the novelty of password stabbing stuff just yet. It's pretty fun. We're going to try to set one up on this guy. This is a really long digging expedition. I'm going to come through there. Wait, no. There. Hashtag worth it. Okay. So that's our everything outside. So we're going to head into the Rune Vault area now. Alright, I was dumb there. We should have dug a kill hole before opening that. Can make a bit of a ghetto one here. Filter them in. But yeah, that would be my suggestion. Before you open those doors, preemptively dig your kill hole so you're ready to run straight back into it. So probably something more like this. So you could open the door here and then just run straight into this hole and then sit here. Okay, we're gonna enchant weapon scroll on our Rapier of Elec, and I'm gonna show you a hack here, or a form of hacks. So I'm a little bit frightened of this because in the last episode I showed you a couple of secrets, I think, that the devs didn't want you to know, and then soon after we stepped on a Zot trap. Coincidence? I don't know, but it really makes you think. I'm gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it. So this is the fairly typical spider end vault here, where you've got a room in here with a bunch of difficult monsters, and then there's gonna be a door out here, and then when you open the door, you fight all those enemies. you don't want to auto explore into that room before you're ready, because you might want to buff up first. You might want to quaff an invis, an agility, and might. Who knows? The point is, you want to be ready. But then that means it's kind of annoying because you have to manually explore around this whole outside bit without using your auto explore, which is annoying. So watch this hack. You can find and exclude the door even though you don't know it's there or where exactly it is. So I know it lines up with one of these two tile wide bits. So we go Shift X and we're going to find it. It should be... well, it's not... I think it's a little bit further out, but the map's actually not allowing me to go there yet. Hang on. I think it looks like our character has to figure out first that there's more to the map. Hang on. You will see. We just got a bit of passwalling to do first. I don't like this. The number of orbs of destruction flying at us is too damn high right now. Again, looks like we're dying, but the wolf spider is about to tick out to the poison. So we're not actually going to die. Can we get there now? Oh yeah, okay. Our character has realized that the map goes on further than just here. Okay, so it's in line with these two here. And watch what happens if we... Hang on. It's here somewhere. Maybe not. There! Okay, did you see that? Okay, so I excluded this one tile here, and then when we went to make it its own little exclusion, it revealed the door is here. The devs do not want you to know that, but that's a really cool hack. So now that we've X'd out the door here, and we're not going to accidentally auto-explore into it, we can just auto-explore around. I really don't want to fight the entropy weaver though. It's a pretty sick trick, if I dare say so. Okay, maybe we can set up a super long passwall here. And we'll pop out there. Perfect, except because we were in water, we fumbled our attack, so we missed. Kind of unfortunate. I don't mind just passwalling through one tile to get back out. Okay, everything's coming. Back into our retreaty hidey hole. I mean, I feel like everything's awake at this point anyway. We'll just LRD. Here we go again. We're going to go for the optimality play. We got him too. Too easy. And see, there's our door. It's excluded. Alright. Can we passwall out of here? It's going to be the same problem. Okay, never mind. I messed it up anyway. But we're going to land on the water where we might mess up our attacks. Because the ghost moth, as soon as he notices us, is going to start draining our mana. I think the play here is to preemptively just go into statue form and then just be ready to fight with no mana. Yeah, here it comes. Okay, so we want to switch to our Elect Rapier. And actually, while we still have the mana, we may as well at least try to Dazzling Spray him. Got him first go. I don't know why I doubted. Alright, and that's everything except for our room here. Okay, so this can be really dangerous. Can have what's pretty much always going to have a whole bunch of Emperor Scorpions and Hornets and stuff. But it can have multiple Spark Wasps, which are extremely dangerous if you don't have Arelec. It can have Moths of Wrath, which then haste all the Emperor Scorpions. That in addition to Ghost Moths and Hornets that can paralyze you, although you should have... Well, no. Even if you have our Poison, it turns out you can still get paralyzed by Hornets. This character can't though, because stasis blocks it. But anyway, so it can be dangerous. So what can you do? Nothing in there can see invis except potentially demonic crawlers. So that's a really strong play. Or you could always just buff, so haste, agility, might. Again, no haste for this character. I think what we can do is, well, first of all, we can filter things through this space here. And you know what we can do? Oh, this is actually sick. Okay, never mind. What we're going to do is dig a kill hole. We can't, because that's the edge of the map. That's where I was talking about, where if you're planning to dig and you're on the edge of the map, you might be in trouble. So what if we go this way? Like this. Okay, that's a better kill hole. Alright, and then we need to get rid of this. Let me show you something. Here's another trick. This isn't too secret, but you can blow up doors with LRD. So if we just blow this open, now everything's coming out and we can just chill in our kill hole like this. That's another way to fight those guys, is to just be a statue and then use an Elect Rapier. As long as they're not going berserk, it should be okay. And this means that, oh, it hurts. Fighting them one at a time like this in our kill hole means that we don't have to deal with any Moth of Wrath nonsense or any Ghost Moth nonsense. Basically any moths. Don't want to deal with them. Here they come. Alright. Another perfectly legit way to do that, if we didn't want to go for that play, is we could have just opened the door and then just apocalypsed everything. That's always a strat that works as well. And there's at least one Ghost Moth running around. We can find it in a sec. We're not sensing anything in here. Okay. There can be enemies in there. Shift X Control F. We're gonna find that Ghost Moth. I don't know why. We don't need to, but I just feel like I want to kill it. Okay, he's not being dazzling sprayed. It's alright. We can be a statue, and we will remain unmoved. There it is. Oh, and there's the Moth of Wrath, so they were all there, but we avoided it with our pro Formicid strats. Alright, so that's our 2 layer branch runes down. We've got Decaying and Gossamer. Next is Vaults, which I'm not really looking forward to with only 1 point of MR. Might have to have a think about that one, although I'm not really sure. And just checking our shopping list, again, I really wish we had a large shield because we have so many enchant armor scrolls, 10 of them. It makes me think that we should probably just enchant up our boots because, yeah, 10 enchant armor scrolls and we're going to find more as we go. Yeah, we'll do it. Plus 2 boots. Why not? We could enchant the ringmail. Could go up to +5, but I think that's less important. I don't know. It's the same for the boots. When you go statue form, you lose your boots and your body armor. So I was going to say, I don't care about the body armor as much because we'll meld it in statue form. But the same argument would apply to the boots. I don't know. I don't really want to do the body armor. We're more likely to replace that body armor before we'll do the boots. Maybe. I don't know. Let's just, before I ramble off into infinity, let's stop that one there. So if you join me in the next one, we'll be heading into vaults. See you later.